To request your permission to do a very, very special activity for the scouting family. And I want to ask that at this time, the youth advisor to the World Scouts Committee, Edgar Marumbu, who has been formally nominated by the Chief Scout, Professor Joseph Kaimenyi, through the national office to carry out the investiture of one man, a man who has continued to support scouting even before he knew about it, but because he is a man of value, he is a man of virtue, Professor John Sorana Akama, the Vice Chancellor, Kisii University, a friend of scouts, a father to scouts, and a scouter. Professor, welcome to this special exercise, and come on, let's bring the professor to the stand. Band. At this time, I request also the council to stand here to support Scouts, bravo! Wimbo! Bravo! Thank you. As we always say, it is a pleasure for Scouts when we see any member of our society, let alone one of our renowned leaders, join us in the spirit of service and in what we do. And on behalf of the Chief Scout of the Kenya Scouts Association, Professor Joseph Jacob Kaimenyi, and on behalf of the Chief Commissioner of Kenya Scouts Association, Mr. Victor Radido, today, Bwana Professor, Your Honor, do you accept to become a Scout?
Yes, I do.
Then, on Your Honor, say the Scout promise as a sign of commitment to the worldwide fraternity of Scouting.
Yes, on my honor, I promise that I will do my best to do my duty to God and to my country, to help other people at all times, and to obey the Scout law.
By the powers conferred upon me by the Constitution of the Kenya Scouts Association, I hereby declare you a Scout and a member of the worldwide fraternity of Scouting. Bravo, 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 brazen!
Signed by the National Executive Commissioner, Bwana Moses Danda, who was representing the Secretariat of the Association, and Mr. Musa Mkagwa, who is the Special Programs Commissioner of Kenya Scout Association. This certificate hereby today presented to John Sorana Akama, Professor, has successfully been invested as the patron of Kisii University Scouts movement on this very day. Tupige makofi na tupige kelele.
Thank you. Bravo. How are you doing? I'm putting this uniform, and generally I'm very happy. I'm very happy for what has happened here today. If you can allow me, the minister representing the governor of Kisii County, and also the deputy governor and the deputy scouts patron, Kisii County, the Honorable Chief Commissioner to the Kenya Scouts Association, Kisii County Scouts Association Chairman, the county officials who are here, the principal of Nduru High School who has allowed us to use this school for this very important function, distinguished Scouts, commissioners and readers, fellow Scouts, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
If you can allow me, let me go through this written speech. It is with great joy and gratitude that today I join you as you conclude the annual Lake Region Scouts competition, which has been a great moment of learning and sharing of values. It is also important, it is also with deep humility that I acknowledge and commit myself to the worldwide fraternity of Scouts through this great ceremony of my investiture. I thank you all who have worked to bring me to this level of commitment into this worldwide movement started by Lord Baden-Powell to inspire and nurture values in our young people so as to create a better world. All of us, let's take our memory back to this wonderful Kenyan who started this movement way back in 1907, a movement which is now found in 216 countries with more than 30 million scouts, and in Kisii, in Kenya alone, we have got 1 million scouts, and in the Nyanza region, we have got close to 800 scouts. Fellow scouts and members of goodwill, we must admit that the world today is a dangerous place where people have lost their value system. Our country, for instance, is faced with a myriad of challenges and problems. The high levels of youth unemployment continue to lead our future into criminal acts and self-destruction through drugs, alcohol use, sexual promiscuity in the wake of HIV and AIDS, high incidence of suicide, acts of violence, including radicalization and terrorism among the youth. The high levels of corruption and embezzlement of public resources is a headache to our society, and in fact is threatening the very fabric of this beautiful country which we call home. All these years are a sign of a society growing and working against itself by losing values and encouraging negative vices. As your elder brother and father in scouting, I am alive to the fact that scouting has such a deep-seated values that if taken seriously will cause a revolution in this country and the world at large. I applaud the founder of the scouting movement, Rod Baden-Powell, for crafting this movement and setting before us the three principles of living, namely duty to God, duty to others, and a duty to self. I think if it was possible, we can make the scouting movement to be like a compulsory training for all our youth maybe after finishing university, that you serve for a few months trying to promote being a scout and promoting the virtues and the principles and the values as enunciated by the founder of this movement. If we only took these principles to our hearts, such that in all our undertakings we are able to honor God and truly worship Him, we will get sufficient grace and blessings to be able to deal with others, to deal well with others in the golden rule of do unto others what you would want them to do unto you. This type of lifestyle could truly make you a happy and a healthy person, which is the duty you have to yourself. Learn to avoid things that could injure and destroy your life and your dreams. In fact, we have got to say that our youth in the whole of country are at the crossroads. They have got the challenge in terms of cultural identity. There was the challenge in terms of integrity. There was a challenge of many other bad things happening around them. And we as parents, the responsibility is on us, and it is a very onerous responsibility to try and make sure that we transform you and make you young men and women who are upright, who are able to add value to community, to country, and to self. Dear Scouts, especially those of you in learning institutions, may they be primary schools, may they be high schools, may they be colleges or universities. Remember, the future is you, and it's crafted to your design today. You should always know that you, as the young people, you are the future and you are the hope of any society. Without you, and without you growing up to be young men and women of integrity, then society is endangered. I appeal to you to treasure and value the Scouts uniform which you wear and which I'm also wearing here today, and consciously recite your promise so that at all times your values can be felt everywhere. Remember, your calling as a Scout is to be a friend and a kin to all, irrespective of color, race, creed, or sex. You belong to a huge family of values. You should always be ready to serve at any given time in your life. It is your life and choice of becoming Scouts that gives us hope and joy that the future can be better than today. We believe that through Scouting, you will be able to drive the values of honesty, accountability, respect, and service to ourselves, and the broken world. Let me conclude my remarks here by once more applauding the Kisii University Flamingo lovers for your immeasurable contribution to the community around us and the nation at large. You are a group of students whom me as the Vice Chancellor am really proud to be associated with. I must admit that you have always given me reason to believe that tomorrow can be better. Your love and a commitment to the environment, sacrifice to serve through the various community initiatives, working for and promotion of a culture of sustainable peace, all add grammar to the beauty of a generation focused on values. To our patron, His Excellency Honorable James Ongwae, ably represented here by our Minister for Education, I add my commitment to yours with the hope that with these young people, we can make this great county of plenty to also become a county of value and hope. Please find small avenues within the county budget to offer financial and material support for this great agenda of Scouts. we have got to know, and we do know that it was the Kenyan people who, the Wanjikus and the Kemuntos, the Akinyis of Kenya, who came up with the concept of devolved government known as counties. It was the thinking of the Kenyan citizenry that the counties have got to be the engine of socioeconomic, cultural, and other types of development. It was the thinking of the Kenyan citizenry that sustainability can start from the counties. And we do believe that through this form of government, the lives of the youth, particularly in the counties, will be transformed so that they are able to sustainably play their role in terms of socioeconomic and cultural development. To the Kenya Scouts Association and the entire scouting fraternity, I shall continue to support the spread of these values and empowerment of our youth. To all of you, our dear scouts, be men and women of integrity. Value your life and work to promote goodness. I commit to do my part in at least making this society a little better place than I found it. Now, you see, we don't take it for granted when we are informed that you have been here for some time now. All these young people coming from very diverse cultural backgrounds, covering the whole of the Lake region. You have been here day and night, and we have never had a single incident. It clearly demonstrates that you are young men and women of a lot of integrity. Integrity which society lacks. Integrity which even your parents lack. And if our country lived to the values you espouse, the values which a Baden Powell espoused, Kenya will be a better society. We keep seeing these issues in our university, wherever we go. The whole of our lives is to serve you, the youth. And our main objective as managers of the youth is to try to make you better people. How can we transform you to live better lives than us? How can we transform you to be young men and women of value, young men and women of virtue, young men and women who care for society, young men and women who are hardworking, who are not selfish? There is a statement which we have got to keep repeating, which was made by a famous American president, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. He said in the 60s, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. With those very many remarks, it's my humble duty to thank all of you, particularly all the people who have competed, the young people who have competed in the last few days. It is our trust that our eminent Father will bless you abundantly, and also God will bless our beloved country, Kenya, and our county of Kisii. Thank you very, very much.